Hi guys, so just as I finished my last video, James Pearce has dropped an article on The Athletic and I've quickly skimmed it and I think it may be worthwhile going over with you. So let's do it. So it's come out in the last 43 minutes and the title, "It feels like Liverpool's decision making over transfers has gone awry." So the German saying is, "Don't praise the day before the evening." Those words of warning from Jurgen Klopp shortly after confirming Liverpool had agreed a British transfer record fee of 111 million for Moses Caicedo proved to be well founded. Now, did anyone watch the press conference that came out after it was all basically said that we'd agreed that fee for Caicedo? When he was asked on it, Klopp's words, and I'm quoting him there, says, "Yeah, I've been told we can confirm we've agreed a fee with the club, whatever that means." So basically, I think he knew then that this wasn't going to happen. But anyway. From euphoria initially generated by the ambitious swoop to the misery of emerging empty-handed from a torrid few days. If losing out to Chelsea in the battle for Caicedo cut deep, then salt has been rubbed into the gaping wounds by the Londoners, who also beat Liverpool to the signature of summer-long target Romeo Lavia. What a chaotic turn of events, what a mess. Liverpool's increasingly frantic search for a new holding midfielder goes on as we enter the final fortnight of the transfer window. Why did we let Fabinho and Henderson go if we didn't have a replacement already lined up? It proper boggles the mind to me, does that, guys? When Fabinho was confirmed to have gone, I fully expected within the next few days we'd have signed Lavia. I really did. It's balmy. The pool of talent who fit the bill has dwindled, and rivals know Liverpool are desperate with a significant amount of cash to spend. That's not a great basis for negotiations. That's what I said in my last video. All these clubs now know we've got 111 million minimum to spend. They're going to proper have our pants down. There's frustration and anger aplenty among supporters, and understandably so. Bloody hell, that's the first time Pearce has backed up the supporters. Sunday's opening weekend stalemate at Stamford Bridge laid bare the lack of a specialist number 6 in Klopp's team. A month has passed since it became clear that Henderson and Fabinho would both be leaving, after their heads were turned by vast riches on offer in Saudi Arabia. I think that's harsh, that. I think Henderson wanted to stay, but basically was told his game time was going to be limited. So I don't agree with the wording there. You can't be prepared for something like that. Klopp didn't want to lose either of them, but you have to react to unforeseen events. You need to be decisive. The plan now looks muddled and misguided. Liverpool spent weeks pursuing Lavia, but refused to meet Southampton's £50 million. The Belgian international was keen on a move to Anfield and waited patiently for a fee to be agreed. It didn't happen. 3 separate bids rising to around 37, 41 and 46 were tabled and swiftly rejected, as Southampton stood firm. Liverpool pointed to the fact that Lavia was only 19 and has just 34 senior matches under his belt, just 15 more than Stefan Bajcetic. They would have been buying potential rather than the finished article. That logic is sound enough, but ignores the fact that they really needed to bed someone in during pre-season. Every week that was lost was damaging, and there's a cost to that too. If they truly felt Lavia was the long-term answer, they should have paid up. If they didn't, they should have moved on. The decision to wait in the forlorn hope that Southampton dropped the asking price proved to be flawed. As for the attempt to sign Caicedo, that was a calculated gamble that backfired. Liverpool were late to the party for 2 reasons. Firstly, Chelsea had put in a lot of groundwork dating back to January, when Liverpool initially stepped up their pursuit of a replacement for Fabinho. They were told back then that Caicedo was Stamford Bridge bound, so we've known for 8 months he was going to Stamford Bridge. Secondly, Caicedo was out of their league financially, until Klopp's kitty was swelled by 52 million they received for Henderson and Fabinho. They shifted their focus from Lavia to Caicedo after being informed by the players' camp that the Ecuadorian international would be open to a move to Anfield, if a deal could be agreed with Brighton. Can't get my words out today. Chelsea had been dragging their heels with their previous bid of 80 million rejected by Brighton. The fact that a fee of 111, which would have shattered the club's transfer record, was agreed with Brighton showed that FSG are prepared to spend big for the right player. I guess that's true, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have to. Why does it always have to be we've got to spend big? Why can't it be we need that player, let's go get him? It's only 26 million. We've had players in the past, Daniel Marlin, Timo Werner, Jude Bellingham probably, where if they were really going to spend that big for players like Caicedo, why did we and ah about 6 million? Or for Werner, like they wanted 52 million and we wanted to pay it off in bits and bats, but they wanted it up front and we want, you know what I mean? Like, it's so strange, guys. Yet the excitement generated by that show of ambition quickly turned to despair when it emerged that Chelsea were preparing a counter-offer of 115 after being reassured that they were still Caicedo's first choice. Chelsea got their man, Brighton got maximum value for the player, and Caicedo got the move he wanted, and Liverpool got used. Well, probably did. Does anybody think that if Mike Edwards or Julian Ward was around, we'd have bid that money? I potentially don't think we would have done, guys. I think we'd have known that there was a rat about. Did Liverpool's flirtation with Caicedo ultimately cost them when they went back in for Lavia over the weekend? Sources close to the player, speaking on conditions of anonymity to protect relationships, have said that he was feeling like a second choice. Liverpool were willing to match Chelsea's offer, but the teenager opted for Stamford Bridge instead. Getting turned down twice in quick succession isn't a great look, especially given the fact that Chelsea aren't exactly the force they were. They can't even offer new recruits Europa League football. However, when you're up against a club offering highly lucrative 8-year contracts, you're going to face the prospect of missing out. Liverpool simply won't go down that route. Another important factor for Lavia in his decision was his relationship with Chelsea's co-director of recruitment and talent, Joe Shields, who previously worked for Southampton and played an instrumental role in his move there from Man City. So where did Liverpool turn from here? They recently made contact with Andre, but the Brazilian club have made it clear that they want to retain his services until the January window. It remains to be seen whether Liverpool are willing to make that kind of offer needed to test that resolve. Ryan Gravenberch has long since been on the radar, but Bayern Munich's stance all summer has been that he is not for sale. 20 million? Really? Chet Decore and Aston Villa's Boubacar Kamara are among those admired. Sometimes fate gives you a helping hand. Rewind to 2017, Liverpool tried and failed to sign Julian Brandt from Bayer Leverkusen and turned to Mohamed Salah instead. That worked out pretty well. Well, yeah. But back then, they weren't scrambling around so late in the window. Liverpool's success during Klopp's era has been built on stability and shrewd recruitment. Unable to match some of their rivals' spending power, it was about being smarter and channeling their resources wisely. It was about sticking to the strategy. Over the last 12 months, it feels like decision-making has gone away. That's coincided with the owners contemplating selling the club, Julian Ward stepping down after just one season, and Director of Research Ian Graham also departing. That's a lot of turbulence. The long search for a new sporting director ended with George Schmadtke being given a 3-month deal as a stopgap appointment, and that's far from ideal. The midfield rebuild should have started last summer. Pearce, have you forgotten what you said last year? Listing all them midfielders that we had? Give it a break, mate. But they opted not to pursue an alternative to Aurelien Tchouameni, who chose Real Madrid over Anfield when he left Monaco. Instead, Liverpool ended up waiting in panic, signing Arthur Melo on loan from Juventus. A $4 million loan fee was squandered with significant wages on top, with the Brazilian playing just 13 minutes all season. What a joke that was, guys, honestly. We should have gone and got, is it Zakaria or something, the other one that was loaned out by Juve that went to Chelsea. They pursued Bellingham for most of last season before dropping out of the race in April, as Liverpool faced up to the financial hit of missing out on Champions League football. They felt like they couldn't commit so much to one signing when Klopp's squad required some major surgery, which we are still waiting for, guys. We've signed 2 players, lost 8. Don't add up, does it? It wasn't just the fee, but the wage demands of 400 grand a week, which Real Madrid were willing to pay. Don't believe that for a second. I believe he's gone for big wages to Real Madrid, but I think he'd have played for less for Liverpool. I really do. And when they quickly moved decisively to sign McAllister and Szoboszlai for a combined total of 95 million during the close season, positivity abounded. However, the failure to strengthen since those exits to Saudi has understandably upset supporters. The time to properly judge a transfer window is when it has closed, but Liverpool find themselves in a hole and the clock is ticking as they attempt to dig themselves out of it. That's not a bad article. In parts, is that from Pearce? It sounds like he's calling out the club a little bit. But at the same time, I don't think he'd call them out too much, would he? If he didn't think something was going to happen. So, what do you think about that, guys? There's some stuff in there I don't agree with. Some stuff in there I do agree with. Liverpool just got to sign some players, haven't they, really? So, yeah. He's added another name in there as well, hasn't he? Where's it going? Is it Kamara from Aston Villa? You know, I don't think they'd sell, though. Do you know what I mean? I really don't know who we're going to buy, guys. I really don't. Like, I had my eyes on Kone for a bit and Thuram, but obviously that died down. And then I honestly thought we were going to get Lavia. The name doing the rounds at the moment is Decore at Palace. It's all just a bit of a mess, guys, isn't it? It really is. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on James Pearce's article there, and I'll catch you in the next one.